Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Talking Point, NTV's weekly chat show. I'm your host, Syed Neaz Ahmad. In our studios today, we have a very distinguished literary person who has devoted his life, almost his entire life, to literary pursuit. He is none other than Mr. Brajendra Nath Chaudhuri, who has written several books in English, and that is, the genre is poetry. Welcome to the show, Mr. Chaudhuri.
Good evening to you.
Thank you. It is a pleasure and an honor, sir.
It is my great pleasure to meet you as well as your wonderful team here.
Thank you.
And I hope your viewers all over the Europe, London, and many other places, they are
Throughout the world.
very good.
Throughout the
And
world. Yep.
I hope we'll enjoy the program with them and to yourself too.
Thank you. I know that it's a very miserable evening today in London. I see that the temperature is -2. The transport is not good, but you made it, we made it, and I appreciate that very much. All for the sake of knowledge and poetry.
Thank you, sir.
Let me explore, because I always ask people what instigated them, what motivated them, what triggered their emotions towards what they do. What was, in your case, how did you get into poetry?
Right. You know, very frankly speaking, poetry in my heart, probably even I born.
Yes.
I born in Tagore's estate, that's in Shahjatpur, Pabna, Bangladesh,
Right.
who is Rabindranath Tagore, the world war poet and Nobel writer.
Yes.
And through his estate, my birthplace, and in my school at Shahjatpur.
There was poetry in the air when you were
Poetry
born.
in the air, poetry in the land, poetry in the horizon, poetry in the water ripples.
Right.
So that's built in my system. After school, I used to go there in his estate, walk around with my friends, who is also colleague of my schools.
Right.
And from there, the whole thing's built in myself, and my heart is full of poetry, but I couldn't explore throughout my whole life. But inside me, through my heart, always a kind of flow that always there.
It's trying to come out.
Trying to come out. And in that instance, I would first congratulate Mrs. Khatune Jannat,
Right.
who is my wife, and I met her in Whitechapel Road, and after that we built our relationship, and I found myself, she is such a beautiful and wonderful poet. And from there we make a common bridge between my inner poetry and with her outwards poetic, rhythmic Bengali poems.
What is this about? Ray of life and nature.
Nature. These I translated her poems from Bengali to English.
Right.
So this is my first.
She wrote it in Bengali, and you translated it into English.
That's right.
When was that?
That was in 2014.
2014.
13 to 14.
Not many years ago.
No.
See. And what do this poetry relate to?
This poetry relate to the
as the name says, nature. And life.
This nature relates to the natures of Bangladesh,
Right.
and its village, its flowers, its creepers, their women and men. Sorry.
Can you just recite a stanza or two from here?
Okay,
One
sure.
of your favorite ones.
Okay.
That will remind you of your beautiful days.
Of course it does. So like first, even I take so many beautiful poems, I can't, measure it at a glance of anything. I'll read one poem like a mother songs.
Right.
when a child born, baby grows, and then mother and child relationship built in. From that poem is mom used to sing, and child go to bed, sleep, and wake up again. But the connection of this poem also, when a person grown up as an adult, she has to inner vibration, he or she has to wake up as a person of the vitality for the mankind, for love and so forth.
Could we hear something from
please,
there?
mother sons. Made me sleep, you have, chanting the verses of sleep. Fear of drumbeat of Borgi, the old Maratha cavalry. Fear of Shak Chunni, fear of demon grandma, fear of religious phobics, so I sleep. Morning, noon and night, lunatic Kal Boishaki gale, flood, drought, riot and robbery, through the continuous note of rainfall, it appears in mind and eyes, the infinite calm of horizon.
Great. Can we move to your second book, which is very topical, and
please do so.
I'm sure that the world is waiting with bated interest and breath and all that. The book is Sun-Setting Referendum. This is about Brexit.
It's a debate on referendum.
Right. And what made you write a poem which became a book? It's a long poem, isn't it?
It is one poem. It's about 70 pages.
Right.
And through these pages, I made a debate.
Right.
And I made this journey.
When was it published? After the referendum or before?
Now, only last week it has
Only
come.
last week?
Yes.
So this did not make any difference?
No, it
did. It did not change opinion?
No. It did completely. This book I recited in Covent Garden when I did in a manuscript form.
Right.
Each week on Tuesday, I used to go to Covent Garden, Poetry Unplugged, Poetry Place. I am a member of the British Poetry Society.
Right.
And so we have a session on every Tuesday evening.
Right.
So I start writing this book on poetical debates on referendum from in May, June. So June, when it was declared for referendum.
Right.
So I made a historical journey.
So you used to read out pro or anti-Brexit?
No, I was pro-Brexit.
Okay.
Because I virtued Brexit is the ultimatum.
Now we are talking to each other.
Ultimate context of the British history. There is, I find British history is a glorious history, a journey over the centuries, across the globe. It is not only in Britain or in Europe, it relates America entire, north, south, Australia.
You don't see
India.
that as colonialism?
Colonialism, that time, it was a context in negative dimension, but for me...
It was benevolent colonialism.
But for me, it was a mankind journey when we embrace British people and the loving British people, their history, their monarchism. It really, enchanting my heart.
I have a funny idea in my mind, and it keeps coming up. The British were there, and we are here now, but the British were there for probably 200 years or something. It has started with trade and turned into something else, all for the good, I hope. Then we wanted independence, you see. Unfortunately or fortunately, India has always been, where we are from, you see, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, you see, always been ruled by foreigners, you see. And whether it was Mughals or whether it was Tughlaqs or whether it was the Khiljis or whether it was this or that, see, whether it was East India Company. Now, we wanted to be liberated, we wanted independence, see. And as soon as we got independence, we started coming to Europe. what is the logic behind it, see? You and I am sitting here, we are talking in English, doing a program. We are talking about English and English poetry, but we wanted the English people to leave because we wanted to be independent. And now when we got independent, we are not happy, we left the country. Have you ever given a thought to this?
Of course I did. First of all, the globe, the whole world, we are getting closer and closer.
Right.
And British and the English language and the World War I, World War II, so many historical events and Indian foods, resources entangle the entire British life and the British Isles. So we are so much part and parcel between our Southeast Asia as well as British Isles.
Yeah.
And we fought together. All problems over the centuries. We bitterly divided.
Some people did not fight together, if you remember Subhash Bose.
Yes, but the majority
Yes.
of subcontinent people had a affinity to the British love.
We fought together and we fought against each other.
If you ask me that question, both sides, like
Yep.
like Subhash Bose, he went in Hitler's
Yep.
axis.
Yep. No,
But Gandhi,
forget the Hitler thing. You see, we wanted independence, you see.
Oh,
And we
independence.
wanted the English out, you see. The British out, you see.
Yes.
But now we are here, see.
Yes, yes.
Because we love them so much.
So-
we love the English
so-
language so much.
so much.
We love the English weather so much.
So much. I got a poem, one of the poems, My Mind Out on Idea Plane, one of the beautiful
Right.
poem. Is,
Could you just recite something from
please,
there?
yeah,
Right.
thank you very much.
We have
I'm
about 2-3 minutes.
proud having me asking this. I made this entire book a journey through the British history and our relation overseas,
Right.
and so please I do so. The name of this book, The Sunsetting Referendum on the Crossroad of the British Empire.
Right.
O the turbulent brave, O the bravest of the braves, excelsior emotions, the sun dim to set, the universe in shake, the setting sun still holding the grief, piercing the cosmos, the British Empire, the crossroad, the referendum. O the bravest of the braves, excelsior emotions, hold the head high in storming march, voice out once, I am the great. Roll on, roll out, the British, the master on the voices of the sea, voice out once, I am the great, I am Winston Churchill, sir. I am the bravest of the braves, I am the molten lava, the fireplace, the fountain, the volcano, for all the sages, for all the ages, the manifestation of Shiva, the destroyer, is me on dance, the savior, the protector, the defender, to the poor, the helpless, to the justices on the planets and the globe domain piercing, witnessing, the sun, moon, the stars, the comets. I am the turbulent, the wave, packed with Roosevelt, the Atlantic, the Pacific, the storm, the gale,
Right.
the bagpipe band
Right,
in
sir.
waves. Thank you.
What was the response that you said that you sent it to the Parliament and some of the leaders who liked the idea of
Yes,
Brexit?
I already videoed
Right.
when I was reciting in Covent Garden, Poetry Unplugged. I videoed it and sent across the Parliament,
Right.
even number 10 Downing Street,
Right.
and many other people,
Right.
my poet friends who come and enjoy the poetry in
Right,
Poetry
right,
Unplugged.
see.
So they have received this already videoed.
see.
Now this book only arrived in my house 4 days ago.
Right.
So 2 days ago, I sent in the Parliament, Theresa May's office,
Right.
and I have sent 8 copies so that those who've been fought for Britain to be Brexit,
Right.
and they will receive 1 copy each,
Right, see.
and that's my
Right, great.
thing.
So it's like rule Britannia. Britannia rules again, or rules the waves.
Britannia rules the waves,
Yes.
and we rule them too.
Yes.
in that
dust.
sea vessel.
You have received a letter, isn't it? Somewhere there I saw.
Oh, yeah.
It's somewhere there I saw from the Prime Minister. But we'll see that afterwards because we are
Okay.
coming to the end of this segment.
Thanks.
And when we come back, we'll definitely talk about your other book like Africa Calls and
Yes.
other.
Thank you. Great pleasure.
I would like to also know that what motivates you when you write poetry, but that will be after this break, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for being with us. Don't go away, we'll be back soon.
Thank you.